Hello, everybody. We welcome you today in our Mission Kaleidoscope video. Today, we're discussing the topic of self-trust, which is the second topic that we're going to cover on our mission. Kati, right away, the question to you. Self-trust, how would you say is it present in your life, in your private life and in your work life?
Good question. I think it's very present in my life, especially in my career. I think, well, at least this is the area where I have the most self-doubt. So I feel like self-trust is a forever ongoing conversation there. It started when I started my first job after university. I got promoted real fast, so I got into a situation where I was like, am I ready to lead a team and hire a team and create all the different strategic, angles on the project? So, and then, self-trust for me is always present when I'm choosing something that is outside of what's comfortable for me. So whenever I choose growth and expansion, there is always self-trust required, and also self-doubts and fear immediately pop up. So I'd say it's pretty present because a few years ago when I started my own business, I realized that there literally is no one who can give me answers to my questions. I'm the only one who has answers on how I want to build my business, who are the clients that I want to work with, who are the topics that I want to work on. And so yeah, in that vein, self-trust is present to me by accepting that I'm the one. I'm literally the one having the answers, and trusting that this is the case.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Trusting that I'm the one. Interesting. I definitely can relate to that. I also think that self-trust is a skill, because I consider it to be a skill. With practice, it comes naturally, and it's a skill that really helps me be myself, lets me be myself, which is a very beautiful state. Much easier to function like that than when there are lots of self doubts around. And Kati, how would you think? Maybe some of our viewers are wondering a little bit. So we were talking earlier that Mission Kaleidoscope is the program that is designed for women, for ambitious women who want to do more and achieve more. How would you link this courage and the main core of our program and self-trust? Why does this topic appear?
Well, I would say it's a clear link between self-trust and courage and ambitious women who are trying to build their life and their careers. I think it's very obvious that self-trust plays an important role in it, almost like the foundation of it. From what I hear is like you can think of self-trust as an input, so you can choose self-trust and then generate and create from there. Or you can think of self-trust as an output, what a lot of people do, right? Like, oh, I just need to learn more and we have to have more expertise, and then there will be self-trust. But the work that we'll do with a Mission Kaleidoscope is we'll have a look at self-trust as an input. So how can I choose self-trust and raise my own level of self-trust so I can create whatever I want from there? And courage and growth and all of that comes automatically when I choose self-trust.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so exciting. I mean, I know the content, but it sounds so exciting the way you the way you put it. I totally agree. I think that focusing on the output could be a little bit of a trap, actually, because we can find ourselves in a situation where I feel as an expert in this area, so I trust myself. But then I step into a new role, into a new area, I do something else. And because I've been focusing on the output versus the input, again, I find myself in the situation where I need to do the same work over and over again. So yeah. And for those of our viewers who are maybe wondering and listening to us right now and thinking, interesting topic. I think that I have been focusing on the output, or I do want to explore more and build self-trust in me better. What would be your several tips for that?
a tip how to build self-trust. I think the journey starts with understanding myself better. So if you want to build self-trust and choose self-trust in the moment, I think it gets easier the better you know yourself, what you have to offer, who you are, what you want, what you don't want. If you create more awareness around who you are and who you want to be, it gets easier to choose self-trust in the moment. What do you think? What's your tip?
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with that one. I think I would add to that my tip, which is focus on the initial reaction. So when you ask yourself, is it something that I want to do? The gut feeling, the initial reaction is always there and it's always true. So focus on that one, because afterwards there come the thoughts of what would someone think? Is it right? Is it not? And all those different thoughts that do not help us get close to the self-trust. And that initial reaction is always true. So focus on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think another tip that I would have is start small. Don't start with a huge project and overwhelm yourself. So I think one way to have like a stepping stone to choose and create self-trust is to break it down. So for example, if you want to start a practice, a coaching empire. I mean, beside, being able to coach, so do a formal coach training program that is certified by an organization like the ICF. But if you've done that and you want to build your practice, then break it down. Like, you need clients to generate income and build your business, right? So instead of saying that you get hired 25 times a week, break it down and choose something that you can do over time. So a promise that you can keep to yourself to get closer to self-trust and realizing that you can actually trust yourself in what you say. So for example, you say you'll reach out to 3 people a day. That might be manageable, maybe not, like depending on where you come from and what you want, but choosing something that feels easy in the moment and say like, yeah, I can do that. And then do it over time. Keep the promise that you'll do what you say you do.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So this and a lot more topics connected to self-trust, we're going to discuss in our Mission Kaleidoscope. If you feel like this is the topic that you would like to explore, you would like to practice, or in general, you would like to discuss in more details, join us on our Mission Kaleidoscope and we will be happy to have you.
Yes.